my name is Mer, and I'm going to lead this practice tonight. I don't think I've met any of you before. I actually live in California, and I'm just going through the practice at the request of my friend Charmaine, who's the director of Tubtin Norbuling. Yeah. So let's get into it. We can just check in on our posture. If you're sitting in a chair at home, you can try to put your feet on the ground. And if you're in a chair, it's often best if you do not lean back in the chair, because you kind of tend to get comfortable, a little too comfortable. Even though this is a relatively short practice, it's good to keep your back away from the back of the chair if you're in a chair. And then I won't go through all the points, the sitting points. I'm sure most of you know that already, but the main point is to really just make sure that your spine is as straight as possible, and you can think about coins stacked on top of one another, or like an invisible thread pulling up, so that your spine is tall without forcing anything, like not arching your back or anything like that, but just comfortably straight. And then have your chin down slightly, because that will help with comfort. So you can start there. And then we're going to just do 3 really full inhalation and exhalations, so that you can calm your physiological self. Those 3 very full inhalations and exhalations, again, without forcing anything, are really helpful to calm your body and your mind. So we'll just do 3 of those. So tonight we're going to be doing the practice of Vajrasattva. And so we do that practice on the basis of the 4 opponent powers. And in doing that, it's good to have some kind of understanding of karma, and what that means. And today I just happened to come upon an email that came out from FPMT about karma. It was a little teaching from LAMA YESHE, and I was gonna just kind of not read the whole thing. It's a couple paragraphs, but just hit on some of the points, just as something, as a basis for this practice that we're about to do, because this, again, little teaching is about karma. So in English, one word can have different meanings. Similarly, whenever you express your own religious conceptions, ideas, philosophies, or doctrines, whatever word you choose for it, saying, this is right, that is wrong, you're just expressing your personal experience, making a personal judgment, not something that's true in terms of the understanding of all of humanity. Still, I think it's difficult for you to understand even your own personal experience of the way you perceive things, the way you feel, the way you discriminate. However, through meditation, you can learn to tell the difference between right and wrong mental attitudes. And in particular, you can see how your dissatisfied mind makes you miserable. By understanding that, you can liberate yourself from confusion. You don't need to believe in something. That's why in his teachings, Lord Buddha said that understanding knowledge wisdom is the path to liberation. Most of the time, including the present, we're unaware of what we're experiencing. We eat, drink, and so forth unconsciously. Most of the time, we're unconscious. But through meditation, you can recollect all your past experiences. You can take your mind back through last month, last year, and all the way back to the time you were reborn. Then, by knowing the cause and effect of your past lives' experience, you can relate it to the present time and understand what's going on now. If right now I put my actions into this particular channel, the effect should be such and such. You can get a pretty good idea. Therefore, it's very important to know what's going on in both your past and future experiences. If I act this way, this is going to happen. If I act that way, that will be the effect. Karma is very important. Some people have an extreme view of karma. Karma is fixed. I can't do anything. My karma has given me this kind of life. I have to accept it. You can accept what you are in this present life, but it's not fixed. You can change your present situation for a better future. It's not fixed. If you say, my karma has led me to this miserable life, I can't do anything about it, I believe in my karma, that's ridiculous. Instead of making progress and becoming more open by accepting that wrong philosophy of karma, you become more narrow-minded. That's a dangerous thing. You talk about karma, but if you don't know what karma really is and believe in your limited idea of it, you become a fanatic. Therefore, it's very important to have the right understanding of karma. And then Lama Yeshe goes on more about that, but I'm just going to read the last little bit. However, don't think that karma is fixed. You can change your karma. You can change a miserable situation into a happy, blissful one, even if you've done the worst, most negative things in the world. You don't need to worry. If with right wisdom you change your old behavior, you can become a perfectly enlightened being, even in this life. For sure, that's possible. So I thought that was really inspiring as we think about doing a purification practice and thinking about karma. And if you haven't had teachings on karma, I would encourage you to do some investigating. Lama Yeshe Wisdom Archive is a great place if you need somewhere to go to read about karma. For this practice, we'll start, we're using the 4 opponent powers, as I mentioned. So the first is the power of regret. So the more that you're able to generate a genuine feeling of regret, it will make your resolve, which is the 4th power, that much stronger. So you can think about regret in terms of thinking of specific actions of body, speech, and mind that you have done, that you can remember. And you can start to think about these actions in terms of not wanting to experience the results of those past actions. So you're thinking about it based on the logic of karma. So we think about also our past actions is what creates our future. So you can think about it simply like that. And think about not wanting to experience the results of those past actions. So we'll just take a couple of minutes to, you can think of something that happened today or this week, and you can generate some regret over specific things, or you can also think about in general, the use of your speech, if you feel like that's been negative, and purify that. I'm sorry, and generate some regret about that. So we'll just take a minute to do that. So after you've generated regret, you'll think, I have regret. Now, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So the next power, the power of reliance, has two parts. The first part is thinking about our refuge, that we're relying upon the Buddha. We're turning to the Buddha, who's the doctor and has the methods that can help us purify. So it's not like I need the Buddha to purify me, but we purify ourselves based on the methods that we've been given. So I'm going to share my screen here. Just a moment. Sorry about that. And I'm going to put up an image of Vajrasattva. So we'll visualize Vajrasattva above the crown of our head. And as you can see, Vajrasattva is white in color. Not just white, but blissful, radiant, white light, sort of translucent. Is how you can visualize Vajrasattva sitting cross-legged on the crown of your head. Vajrasattva has a beautiful, about 16-year-old countenance. So I'm going to recite the Refuge Prayer, and you can say it along with me at home if you like, and if not, that's fine too. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So the second part of the power of reliance is compassion. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the beings that we've harmed, and the beings who have harmed us by developing compassion for them. So you can think in particular of beings that you may have harmed recently. If you thought about something particular at the beginning that you used to generate regret, you can visualize those people and bring them in here too as well. And then also the people that have harmed you, because they will have to experience the results of their harm. So try to generate some compassion for them as well. And make the strong aspiration to do this practice for the sake of all sentient beings, not just yourself. So we bring that in to the power of reliance. So the third power, the power of the remedy. So this is the actual medicine, the actual practice of purification. So we're going to do a couple of visualizations and we'll be reciting the Vajrasattva Mantra, which I'll move up here onto the screen. And I'm putting the long mantra up here. We'll do 3 long mantras, but feel free at home if you prefer not to do the long mantra, you can just do the short mantra for the same period of time that we're reciting the long mantra. And the short mantra is Om Vajrasattva Hum. So we're going to start with the body, purifying the negativities that we've created with our body. So Vajrasattva on the crown of our head sends this powerful white nectar. It's like comes out pretty forcefully and enters the crown of our head, filling our whole body. And it forces out of the lower part of your body all the harm that you've done to any being with your body in the form of an inky black liquid, which goes into the earth and completely dissipates. There's not 1 ounce or atom of it left. So we'll recite 3 long Vajrasattva mantras. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Shrim Shrim Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Shrim Shrim Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsame Shrim Shrim Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So then you can think that all the harm that you've done to any being with your body is completely purified. So Guru Vajrasattva now is very happily sending powerful nectar into the crown of our head. And again, it's kind of forcing down into our body, purifying the negativity of our speech. It's like turning on a tap, filling you up, and all the dirty stuff comes out the top part of your body, and it just settles back into the atmosphere and just completely dissipates. So as we're saying the mantra 3 times, you can think about that all the negativities of speech are being purified. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Shirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Chirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Shirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So then you can think that your speech has been completely purified. Feel so much joy. And then the purification of mind. So Guru Vajrasattva from the crown of our head sends beams of laser light that enter into our crown and fill our entire being. It's like turning on a light. So the room is dark and then instantly it's full of light. So just as this light enters our heart chakra, the darkness of the negativities of mind are completely dispelled. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Shirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhava Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Chirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Chirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe So again, you can be delighted that all your delusions and negativities of mind have been completely purified, completely gone. And then the last part, Guru Vajra again sends light and completely fills you and completely eradicates all the subtlest imprints of negative energy from our mind. So it's like washing out the container, this last part. If there's something stinky in the container, you need to clean that out after you've taken out all of the stinky stuff. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Janopa Tita Dito Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Meprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Shirim Shirim Kuru Ha O Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sarva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Tito Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Meprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Shirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha O Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sarva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dito Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Meprayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Shirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha O Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So you can just take a moment to feel the joy and delight of being completely purified. And then we'll go to the power of resolve. So power of resolve is determining not to create these negativities again. So this is challenging because it's so easy to create these negativities. For me, speech is really difficult. So if I'm working with a specific thing that I'm purifying, if it's something really difficult, I might make the resolution not to engage in that negativity for 5 minutes, or I might make the resolution to not to engage in that negativity for tonight until tomorrow morning. So whatever resolution that you make it realistic, and then that will be helpful for your mind. So just take a minute to do that. And then you can think that Guru Vajrasattva is incredibly pleased and melts into you, into white light, and into you through your crown. And then we can just do a dedication here. As a result of the 3 times merit of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, as quickly as possible by myself alone. Thanks, everybody. I hope that was helpful for you.